Hello, gangsters. So I used to have basically a business on Craigslist and Marketplace where I would sell cashmere sweaters and small cheap things for $5 or $10. I did this for about a year and a half, I think. It was cool. But the thing about doing that is that they make you be on there all the freaking time by telling you that you have to renew your posts. And so you go on there and you end up being on Marketplace and using all that money you just made to buy stuff that you justify to yourself will make you more money, because technically these products are, worth more or whatever. But here's the thing, right? I should have seen it coming. I was just blinded by greed, I was completely blinded by the idea that I could sell this stuff. And so I spent, I think $150 or $200 on some boxes of makeup from Marketplace. And I tried to sell some of it. It took a long time to even make a decision on what I didn't want to keep. And in the end, I still owned most of it because the stuff I tried to sell didn't work. I wanted to get rid of a whole lot of that, It's quite the novelty because I had never in my life spent enough money to bring home that amount of products at once. I'd never even owned that many products at once. So once I realized a lot of this wouldn't sell and that I was getting made fun of in the comments section every time I posted anything at all, just because people would piss their pants if something was a little used or whatever, as if you can't just go down the street and buy isopropyl or even make it at home. Kills 99% of germs. Some people, that's not good enough for them. And so I ended up all these years later, having to give it away to my friends. And people don't realize this, but when you get a hoard of anything, it's really hard to give away to anyone freaking anywhere. Because this was an amount of stuff that I've calculated it might take me 30 plus years to use. And that's if I used every piece of it every single day. So I ended up with tons of years of stuff that neither I nor anybody else wanted to use. And, a bunch of friends that are like, ooh, that sounds cool. I might want to have some of that stuff. But at the end of the day, you can't use that up as quickly as it has come to you. So you'd think because it's a finite resource and everything that might be easy, but it's not. It's not easy to use that up. This color is actually what I model all my eyebrow colors that I've made after. It seems darker than what I usually use. But I am using a much lighter shade of foundation. I would usually use this with some primer. Yeah, the only good thing that this hoard had brought me was mixing stuff together, and that's something I did out of necessity. Okay, this just looks terrible. What the hell am I supposed to do with this? But through the years, I've been insecure about it. I had to write it down as personal care and shorten it to P-Care because I just didn't want to think of myself as a guy that has bought makeup, but really, that's what it is. And when I get down to using up what I have purchased, and I'll someday, on occasion, buying and mostly making stuff that I actually will want to use, at that point, you have to be able to say, I bought makeup. I don't think there's a guy on earth that wants to say that. But really, I'm about the truth. So yeah, for the next 20 plus years, I have to use blush as face powder. I have to use eyeshadow, mixing it together, all the different colors. I actually made most of the colors on this one except for that. These are all just things put together, and this one that was actually stock. But yeah, because a couple holidays have passed, I have been able to get rid of some of my stuff to my female friends. Still, it won't ever be enough, really. You have to have a very wide network of chicks to be able to get rid of this amount of stuff. And I just don't think that I want to be friends with that many chicks. I'd rather be friends with more guys. I don't know where to find them. There's not like some sort of men meetup clubhouse in my area. We don't really have meetup places. We don't really have somewhere that you can just walk right into and there are young people your age. That is another struggle. That's a stupid situation I got myself into, but I take entire responsibility for it. Nobody had done this to me. The pandemic definitely worsened my greed and thinking that I could make money off of things that nobody really is buying. We don't have a Sephora. We don't have this customer base. The average woman, you won't see her wearing lots of makeup. You'll see her wearing one or two products. That's how it is out here. It's better that way. You don't know what exactly you're exposing yourself to. Half the stuff is microplastic in it anyway. I mean, what is acrylates copolymer? Is that not the microplastic used in fake nails that's in pretty much every makeup product? Despite Justin Trudeau saying that he was going to ban microbeads by 2022. Is microplastic in its powdered form not a microbead? So he really took it off there of scrubs, but he keeps it in there for other microplastic uses. Okay, Trudeau, we see you being a true environmentalist. I've pretty much entirely taken out my impulse to look in the makeup aisles. I just don't want to do that. I have other stuff to do. I have to work on the YouTube channel all the frickin' time. I have to edit videos, I have to post videos, I have to fix clothes and towels and whatever else gets broken. I have realized after the pandemic, now that I have friends that want to hang out with me, now that I have people around me that, you know, aren't trying to piss me off all the time and aren't just ducking my calls and whatnot, it's great. There are people out there that actually want to talk to you, want to text back, and people that want to go with you to events. So I don't have a reason to be standing around, you know, staring at the freaking makeup aisles. I always used to think back then that whoever's behind the counter must think I'm a thief because I'm just staring at these products for so long. But in reality, I'm staring at them because I'm trying to talk myself out of it. And the real way to talk yourself out of it is to just walk away. Because most of this stuff, you can make it at home, or it's just like your other stuff. And some of it is actually so bad it'll never see the light of day. Some of these products don't work. People forget that. But yeah, the easiest way to get that out of your life is to just have more hobbies and be doing your hobbies. And if you need to be around people, be around people. But not the ones that are freaking ignoring you 24/7 and won't come over, won't return your calls, etc. Those, no, leave them behind. You don't really need that in your life. Because you should be inviting people out to things, or else they're just not going to freaking come over or do anything with you at all. You have to let people that does not want to be in your life go. No matter what the case is. And if you got to freaking complain about somebody all the damn time, just wasting your time and, you know, wanting to do absolutely nothing. When you traveled 2 hours to see them, no, don't do it. No. You're better than that. You can do anything else. Because what are you in it for the plot for? What is the plot? The plot is just you being pissed off again because the exact same person that you befriended under these pretenses is doing the exact same thing that was done the year before and the year before that. No, you can do better than that. Yeah, as you get deeper and deeper into real life and actually getting stuff done, you know, your thoughts about, oh, I'm so anxious, I can't get rid of all this stuff, I can't, you know, use all this up for when I turn 40, it all just fades. And, you know, just find somebody to give bits and pieces to, you know, or do a bulk run to the fricking women's shelter, you know. I bought stuff off the women's shelter before, an eyeshadow palette that was 4 things, and I just wanted the yellow, which I was using today. And I put one of my shades I didn't frickin' want back where the yellow was, and I just redonated it. If you press it enough with water or isopropyl, that'll stay in place and be sanitized. Yeah, that's my take on the issue, basically. Squeak, squeak. Make sure to subscribe if you want a small animal to enter your home through the mailbox. I can place the small animal in your home, but it's going to cost an extra $1.50. So beware of that.